All right, here we go. We are going to move on now, and we are ready to sell some stuff. So this is the exciting part. We've got all the dull and boring stuff behind us. We're going to actually set up a product here. And then once we get the product set up, then we're going to come back and we're going to be able to put landing pages in to get people to opt in, because if you just send people to product pages, that's a buy or die scenario. And in marketing, that's probably the worst thing that you could possibly do. So I'm going to show you how to automate the whole thing, how to attract new prospects and turn them into customers, and have Kartra automate the whole thing for you. So you don't really, you can do this in any order you want. But since products is the most exciting, that's where our money's going to come from. Let's start there. Let's shake the money tree. So back to here again, just like everything else you've seen so far, when you want to add something, this thing's even pulsating. It's like screaming for us to add a product. So I'm going to click it. Now we have to name the product, but we also have to choose if this is a main product or an upsell or downsell, which this will add a whole new layer to your business, being able to have multiple products to upsell and downsell. But we're going to just start simple. We're going to start with a main product here. And let's go take a look at what this is going to be. It's going to be the Money Confidence course is what we're going to create. So put that in here. Okay, Money Confidence course, main product, the next button. Now, as you're building the products out, you're going to need some pages, and we don't have pages put together yet here. We got a little anxious. We got the cart before the horse, but I'm going to show you how to do that on the fly. It'll be really cool, and this will save you a whole bunch of time and frustration. So again, we want to name it here. And it was Money Confidence course. Okay, I'll copy that. Use the same thing in the description. Now here you get a cool thing. You get to decide if you want to keep this private or if you want to make it public inside the Kartra marketplace. There is a ton of affiliates in here that could sell this for you. So there is no reason that you would want to keep this private. If you got something for sale, let's sell it to the world. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select yes there. And then we can select your niche. Like, where does this belong? So self-help, personal development, absolutely. And now we want to say this is a mindset. This is a life coach. This is a personal development, personal finance. Oh, it's only going to give us 3. So instead of, let's see, what do we get rid of? Let's get rid of life coach. Let's go personal finance, personal development, and mindset, because this is going to be all about the money mindset. So those are the 3 categories that this will show up in the Kartra marketplace. This is for other people to purchase and for the affiliates to pick up and sell it for you. So we'll save that. And then we'll go on to, this is how we collect the money. And remember, back in the integrations, this is where Chris set up his PayPal account. So we'll select that. We'll attach his PayPal. And he also set up Stripe. So there's the Stripe gateway. Both of those are connected now, so he can take credit cards and he can take PayPal. So we'll save that. Go on to the next one. Here for me is the exciting part, the pricing. So we get to decide if this is a one-time purchase, one-time fee, or if it's a recurring purchase, or if it's installments or recurring installments. Now, I usually do this one here. I always like to sell things recurring. If this literally is just a one-time purchase, then you use one time and you put the price description in here, like this is a one-time lifetime purchase, and then you put the price, right? So that's a way to do it. I like the recurring, and I'm going to show you, we're going to attach this product to an actual membership to get ongoing revenue. So we're going to do this first product a little more advanced, but I'm telling you, the amount of money that is added to your bottom line by doing this model is shocking. When I look back, I've been doing this stuff for like 10 years. And when I look back, I have collected several $1 million, $29 at a time with recurring memberships. And I'm going to set that up so you can see under the hood. You can see exactly how it works. If that's not for you, just do the one time and put a price to it and sell the product and be on with it. But we're going to get fancy here. So recurring, this is going to be monthly membership to money confidence. Okay, so the price is $97. Now we're going to give them a month worth of access monthly. We're also going to say there's an enable initial payment here. So this adds another thing into there, which makes this irrelevant. This moves down here. This is the initial payment for the product is $97 and it's for 30 days. So the monthly is actually going to be $29.97. You can make this $29.95. You can make it $29 straight up, whatever you want to do. Marketers out there have found that 97 is some kind of a magic number that gets people to click it. So we're going to use $29.97 monthly, and we're going to go until canceled by the customer. Now, initial payment, $97. You can set this for 30 days. You can set this for 10 days, whatever you want. And we're going to set this first one for 30 days. So basically, they're going to pay $97 and 30 days later, their $29.97 is going to kick in monthly. Now, if you want a second price level, you just click here, add a price point. And I'm going to do that because I'm going to show you guys a really cool trick. I'm going to get really advanced on this one because I want you to make as much money as possible. That's the whole thing. That's why you buy Kartra to begin with, to make money. So I'm going to maximize that for you. And I'm going to show you how to make even more. So I'm going to click that. We're going to add price point 2. It's also going to be recurring. And this is going to be the same thing here. In fact, I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to copy it. Go back to price point 2 and I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to add something on the end here, 60 day. Oh, it only takes so many letters, so I'm just going to put 60. I'm going to initial payment, enable that. It's still $97, but they're going to get it for 60 days. And then it's still going to be $29.97. And what we're going to do, we're going to make this a fast action bonus where they get 60 days of the membership for free. This is going to increase your sales exponentially. We have got so many more sales by doing this, and you put it on a timer, you make it a limited time thing, and Kartra will do all of that for you. I'm going to show you that. It's going to blow your mind, but let's just get it set up properly to begin with, and then we can move on. Now, here is where you can set instant versus delayed cancellation. So if somebody cancels, you want to instantly remove their access. You can set that to not instant, to be delayed to the end of the time frame, but I just put that at instant. Now you can set a default price, and our default price is the first one typically. But if you want the second one to be your default, you can do that just by sliding that button over. So we have our 2 price points in here. We've got the regular and then we've got the 60. The only difference here is they get 60 days. So an additional 30 days for a fast action bonus. So we're going to save that. And you'll notice we've got our 2 price points here. $97 for the first 30 days, then $29.97, $97 for the first 60 days, then $29.97. Now, this is a digital product, so there's no shipping, so we're not going to mess with that. It's also digital. There's no physical products being transferred, so there's no sales tax. Here's where you get to decide if you want a refund policy. If you want to change this, you can have a no refund. You can have 7-day, 14, 30, or 60. I like the 30-day. That's plenty for a risk reversal. So we'll just leave it at that. Now we go on to pages. Now, here, we obviously haven't set any pages up over here yet, and we need a product page. So we also need thank you pages. Now, what are we going to do? We can either configure later, or the little trick here is we can right click on pages and we can open a new tab. Now notice we have this tab open now for pages. We still have our products over here open, so we can kind of go back and forth. Now, one of the things in here is sometimes when you build the pages, they don't show up immediately. So it's kind of tricky, but I'm going to just build them anyway. Let's create a page here. Now, when you go to create a page, you can use templates. You can use squeeze pages, sales pages, checkout pages. There's a whole bunch of different templates in here that you can build pages. So you can do a product launch page. You can do all kinds. Let's take a look here. Let's do let's see what checkout pages give us. That's not really what we're looking for. We're looking for a sales page. So let's see. So I'm just going to grab this one here. This one looks pretty basic. I'll just select that one. And we're going to call this one, let's see, this is our money confidence. Okay, money confidence course. There's no particular category. If you want to set categories, you can do that. You can manage your categories. And then you can also add this page to a site. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can create sites. And the reason that you might want to do that in the future is if you've got a bunch of pages that are together, like a bunch of pages for a particular campaign or something, and you want to be able to edit like the footer on one of them and have it update on all of them. That's why you would do manage sites. So you create a site, you add them all to the same site, and then you have common things on those pages. And again, that's an advanced technique. We'll cover that in a different video. But for right now, just for the sake of getting this product up and running, we're just going to name the page, no category, no site, create it. And we'll come back and we'll configure the page later. I just need it in place so we can finish the product. So the builder is creating this page, it's creating the framework, and then we can basically plug all of our stuff in there. Now, Kartra is going to give you tutorials on a lot of this stuff. So to start the tutorial, you go through and it just gives you the basics, like the settings, what it does. It goes through the styles, how that works. It goes through the sections and components. I'm gonna cover all that in a lot more depth. So we're just kind of skimming through this. But you can have landing page pop-ups and exit pop-ups and all the cool stuff you've probably seen on everybody else's sites but didn't know how to do. Kartra is going to do it all for you. So very, very neat stuff here. And then up top, you can actually check. Kartra automatically builds your site, all of your pages for desktop, tablet, and mobile. And up here, it gives you the ability to click on them to see what it's going to look like. And if it doesn't look right in the mobile, you can change it. You can edit it. So you can totally dial in your campaign. And then columns and components, that's a really important thing. I'll cover that when we get into editing. Show columns, you can actually see the columns versus off and on. And the main menu. So we will cover all of that stuff. Now it's got have your assets ready. There's a lot of stuff, that when you're creating pages, you'll need the product checkout ready. You'll need opt-in forms ready. And there's a lot of pieces in Kartra that you build, and then they all kind of come together. So now that we've covered all that stuff, I'm going to click here to don't show this again. Otherwise, it's going to drive us nuts. Okay, so here's our page. Again, I'm not going to configure this right now. This is just an open landing page. We're going to knock most of this out, but we just created a template page there just to show you how to get a really cool page with almost no time invested. Now I'm going to publish this page. So I'm going to go publish live. And the reason I'm publishing it is so it can be found in products and we can add that. Now we go to get the page link, and this is just like before. You've got that funky Kartra address. Just say no. We're going to go to Money Coach Chris, and here we're going to name this. Let's just call it Confidence. So that's going to be the page name. So there we go. That's where we would actually see that page. Now we can close that. And then here we can now return to the dashboard. Now there's our page. We want to have another page. We're going to need a thank you page. So when we click here, we're going to go to thank you pages, and we're just going to select that simple template right there. And we're going to say, this is our Confidence thank you. Again, no particular category, no site. We're just going to create it. So the builder loads, it builds the page behind the scenes. And again, we're going to edit this. I'll get to that in a minute. We'll show you how to do all that. But for right now, let's publish this. And we want to, again, change the link. We always want to put our domain on our links. In this one, we're going to call this Confidence TY for thank you. So that's going to be our Confidence thank you page. Okay, so we're going to close that. We've already published, so we can return to the dashboard. Now we've got our 2 pages in there that we need to set up our product. Now, the thing is, if we go to Kartra, I don't know if those pages are going to show up yet, and they're not, because this has not updated yet. So let me see if I can refresh this. Let's see if this is going to work. Sometimes this will work, sometimes not. So we'll go to the next page. Next page, pages. Here we go. Here's the big thing. Is it going to show up? Kartra page. Ah, there we go. Money Confidence course. So that's our product page. Again, we're going to configure that page later, but at least now we're going to be able to finish the product. Now for the thank you pages, these are also going to be Kartra pages, and it's going to be the Confidence thank you. We can use the same page, whether they buy it for price 1 or price 2, doesn't matter. It's going to be the same thank you. So there we go. Now we got our pages in place. Now we go to checkout. Now it says here, your checkout look and feel. So I usually just do the Kartra look and feel on here. They've done a nice job. But what you can do this, you can embed the checkout into a custom page, or, you can do other fancy stuff. I've got hundreds of these pages and multitude of products, and I just use the Kartra and it works just fine for me. Okay, so checkout page logo. Always a good idea to add your brand wherever you can. So we're going to say yes. The logo has already been in here because it was pre-configured. So that's just going to be our logo for the checkout page. Here, remember we built this help desk. So we can offer a help desk in here. So yes, embed the help desk icon. That's going to put the little icon here. This allows someone to ask a question. If they're in the process of checking out and they've got one last objection before they make this purchase, and you don't have a way for them to do that, they're just going to close the window and be on their way. So this allows them, especially if you're doing live chat and you got phone assistants and all that, that's really helpful. You don't have to do all that stuff, but again, it's helpful. Here's the help desk where you select, we only have one. You can select the way you want this to look. I like this one because it says need help and it shows an operator. So that's my favorite icon. Okay, and then we've got the checkout form fields. Now, if somebody is actually purchasing a product from you, I think at that point, you deserve to ask for their phone number. And I always do. You can decide here whether you make it mandatory or not. I usually do. So we'll save that. Now we're asking for their phone number. Again, you can add custom fields in here. You can change this to whatever you like. Now, product quantity. We're not selling a physical product, so we'll just leave that turned off. Express checkout. This is something where if they've been to one of your pages before and they've opted in, this will automatically pull their information in so they don't have to fill it out. It's kind of a cool thing. So I always turn that on. And then remember, I talked about this earlier, a tag for cart abandonment. I like this. I say we turn this on so we can tag them and we can say, hey, they were in the cart. They didn't finish their checkout. Let's follow up with them. So we want to create a new tag here because I don't think we ever created that tag. And we'll call this confidence abandon. So they have abandoned their confidence purchase. We don't want to leave them without being confident. All right, no category. We don't have categories set up, so we'll just leave that. That's okay. Now we've got the tag. We have to select the price point, and we can put this. You want to basically put this on all of them, like price point 1, confidence abandon, price point 2, confidence abandon. You might think because you're putting it on price point multiple that you're putting it on all of them, but you're really not. That's for a multiple price checkout page. This is for if you've only got one price point on each page. So I add it to all of them and then we're all set. We can save that. Now we've got a tag no matter what price point the button is on the site. Now, terms and conditions, you might want to have terms and conditions in here. You might say, yes, require those. And then when they're in the order process, they have to check to require. It's going to require them to check that button. And it's a good thing to do. I usually do one terms and conditions for all price points. You might be selling something where it requires something different. So I'm going to just put here, I understand the terms of billing. Okay, now here, I put this in here. I've done this before. So it says, I understand I am electronically signing my order and agreeing to the billing terms and service. So let's use that. Now you have your actual billing terms here. So I think Chris has got this set up here. Terms of use. Let's open that up and we will just copy that. Let's copy his terms of use. Copy that. We'll paste that right on in here. Okay, so we will save that. And we're not doing a bump offer here, where this is just a straight up purchase. So we move on to the post sale. Now, here's where you add them to your list. If somebody purchases this, we certainly want to add them to our customer list. Whether they purchase price number 1 or price number 2, they're both customers. And then we can add tags. So that says they're just a customer, but we might want a tag that says they bought a particular product. So here we can say money confidence customer. So now we know which product they purchased, not just that they're a customer of money confidence. Again, no particular category. Now that we have created that, we can add that. Okay, so price point 1, money confidence customer. Price point 2, money confidence customer. All right, so now we have them going onto our customer lists and getting the money confidence customer tag, because that's the product that they purchased. Now here, we want to add them to a membership site. The membership site is what we're going to use to give them the product, give them the coaching, give them the course, all the course materials, and also the monthly membership. So we're automatically just going to add them in here. The problem is we jumped into products before we created our membership. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click configure later here. And that is perfectly fine. We can always come back and change that later. Advanced automations, there's nothing to do there. So now we're going to move to affiliates. This is where you decide if you want to accept affiliates and allow them to sell your products. And you can also set how much you want to pay them. So let's hit change here. Let's activate the affiliate program. And you'll see you've got your 2 price points here. You've got number 1. They look almost the same. The only thing different is 30 days versus 60 days. So let's set the first one first. The initial charge, the $97 is your initial charge. You can give them a percentage to the affiliate. You also notice there's a broker here. You could have a broker that's setting up affiliates that gets an override commission. That's kind of an advanced thing. I actually use that in my business because I have brokers. These are people that know affiliates, and I use their relationships to get their affiliate relationships to sell my products. So I pay them for that. So usually for me, since it's digital stuff, I usually give 50% on my initial, and then I usually give 25% on the back end. Now, Chris might decide he wants to do something different than that, and that is perfectly okay. You can change this however you like. My brokers, I usually give them 10%, and then I give them 10 on the back. So I'm giving, you might think this is really generous. I'm giving 60% away up front, and I'm giving 35% away on the back. But this is only for people that brought me customers that I didn't have. This is like free money to me. And this is a digital product, so there's virtually no cost once this is set up. So this is like a no-brainer to me. This is free money. You might have different thoughts and different ideas, and you are free to use this, not use this, change the percentages, however you want to do it. But this is my modus operandi here. I want to incentivize people to sell my stuff because it makes me money. So let's do the same thing on price 2. Do 50 and 25 and 10 and 10. Now you might not have a broker. So if there's no broker, you're not giving away 10% if there's no broker. You're just giving the affiliate his commission on the front. And if you sell direct, there's no affiliate, you're paying none of this. So there's nothing to lose here, but the money those affiliates are going to hand you. So let's save that. Now, this one here, this is affiliate program opt-in. This is if you want to pay your affiliates just to get opt-ins. For me, no way in hell I'm doing that. I'm going to pay for sales, not for opt-ins. Sales is what puts money in my pocket. So I'm going to leave that one off. Now, affiliate list. Do you want to sign up your affiliates to a list? We made a list for affiliates, so let's assign them. That way, when somebody signs up to be an affiliate, you can communicate with them because they're on a list. Now, for me, I don't really need to tag them because they're already on a list. I can communicate with the whole list. Now, here, this takes us to payment milestones. This is when you release how much percentage after so many days. Now, I'll tell you why this is important. If you're releasing payments to your affiliates before your refund policy is up, you could potentially be paying affiliates for money that you don't have. If they get a refund, you've already paid the affiliate. Now you're out that money and it's hard to get that back. So what I usually do is I put in here, I release 75% after 20 days. So I'm going to add that. So date 2, I'm going to release 100% after 30 days. So after my 30-day rebate period or my guarantee period, refund policy, after that, I have no problem paying out 100%. So if I'm wind up paying my commissions to my affiliates and the 30 days hasn't gone by, I'm still going to give them their, their percentage. And this thing, it changed it to 25%. I'm not sure why it did that, but date 1, and it's not allowing that to change for some reason. So let's save that. Only allowed. I don't know why it did that. That's really weird. Let's take this one off. 75 after 20 days. Oh, okay. I see. They changed this. Kartra has been updating their systems. So there's 25% remaining that I'm going to pay after the 30 days. So it all added up there. I was just looking at it wrong. It was different before in their old system. So the new system, they've worked a lot of the bugs out of this thing. So this is really cool. So we're saying basically we're going to release 25 or 75% after 20 days. And then the remaining 25%, which it added, that's where the 25 came from. That came in there automatically because that's the remainder off of the 75 after 30 days. I hope I didn't confuse you. I hope that made sense. So we'll save that. And here we go. So they get 75% if the purchase is less than 30 days. If it's 20 days, and if it's gone the full 30, then they get the whole rest of it. So pretty cool. All right, now here we're going to add the landing page, and we already created this. It was a Kartra page, and it was the confidence course. Now we're going to put money confidence course. We're going to add that. Now you'll notice you can have multiple pages in here. So it actually added this automatically, and we just added it again. So we don't really need it. I didn't notice that it was already in there, but you can have multiple pages. You can either have Kartra pages or external URL pages. These are the links that you give out to your affiliates to sell your products. Now, what I usually do is I'll give the affiliates the link to the lead magnet page so they can actually give the lead magnets out to their prospects, and they're tracked from that point. I'll get into that a little bit later, but that's something that you can do. For right now, we'll just leave it as this one page. We'll save that. And then you've got your affiliate sign up look and feel. So I usually just use the default affiliate sign up, but if you want to do an overlay and customize it, you can do that. We'll just leave it the default for now. Now we're going to save and next. Now you'll notice we still have the little red button there. So this product isn't complete because we haven't created the membership yet. So let's go ahead and do that next, and then we can finish off and we can complete this product. So let's go to memberships.